forgot to, hello Latoya. I forgot to turn off my notifications, so I apologize. I'm not sure if I could do it from here. I don't think so. Oh well. Oh, how are you? It's Thursday. Oh my gosh. It seems like a long week. Okay? See? So my notifications are still on, so I apologize. I didn't turn them off. I'm still in a little fog or a little haze today, so excuse me. I think a lot of us are trying to get this camera to be right, to be steady. Okay, I think we're there. A lot of us are in a little fog or haze right now. Yes, my allergies are kicking my butt, which makes me sleepy. So now I want to just curl up and go to bed. And then all these videos with Prince, I'm like, oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Hello, how are you? Is that teacher B45? How are you? Yeah, so I'm trying not to tear up. I was a Prince fan. Love Prince. So my heart and my condolences go out to his family and you know, everybody in his circle. I really wish I would have been able to see him one last time, but I did get to see him in concert, so I'm very happy about that. So yeah, so I'm like a little, you know, yes, he was just, I just seen a video with him going up there on Q-Tip's, you know, stage and just performing. And I'm like, dang, he was just so humble and just so, he was just such an artist. He was such a genius. So for that, hey, Melissa, how are you? And so for that, I'm a little sad. So I'm kind of like, in this fog. And yeah, he was very versatile. And I mean, I love him. Way back in the day, okay? You couldn't tell me nothing. Knew the whole Purple Rain. You couldn't tell me nothing. But he will be missed, and I'm quite sure that the tributes and all of the fanfare will not go away. So he will be missed, and he will stay in our hearts, and his music will live on, because I hear that there's probably vaults of music, of songs upon songs that he's written and probably never released. So we'll be hearing more from him, which is the reason for this scope today, and the title of the scope today is, What is Your Legacy? So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Lashana Williams, the Success Navigator. Hey Tamika, how are you? I know you've been busy. Girl, I don't know. You are like one of the busiest women out there. I'm like, okay, she's on everybody's page and doing everything. So Tamika, I commend you, and you are doing fantabulous things. So anybody looking for an editor, Miss Tamika Sims is the best, I hear. She's out there doing her thing, okay? Doing her thing, getting people published, getting their voice out there. So please, 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 if you're looking to do something, tap into her. You may have to do that right now if you want your book published this year, because I hear she's booked up. That's how good she is. So go out there and you know, contact Tamika. But as I was saying, yes, I'm Lashana Williams, the Success Navigator, CEO of Women's Journey to Success. I am a published author. My book is entitled The Stranger Within, One Woman's Journey to Self-Love. And I am also a career coach. I help women discover their profession that is aligned to their passion and purpose. I help women go from frustration to fulfillment. And I work with you so that you can transition out of the career that you're in, or the job that you're in. I'm going to call it a job, okay? The job that you're in, to the profession. And when I say profession, I mean it could be a career and it could be your business that is aligned to your passion and purpose, the one that makes your heart sing, the one that makes you get out of bed and you're like, whoa, we're going to, you know, take this day on by storm, the one in which you're not wishing for a Friday on a Monday. So that's what I help women do, okay? So today, this is our Power Hour. Power Hour is every Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. And this is for my parallelpreneurs. Yes, those of you who are working a full-time job or have a full-time career and are also pursuing your business. So this is for you. So our Power Hours are Mondays and Thursdays, and I will increase them if necessary, because I'm all about helping people. But we're here for our power hour to discuss any topics, any questions that you have. This is free one-on-one or one-to-many coaching sessions, okay? Today, in light of everything that's going on, in light of Prince, you know, the passing of Prince, I wanted to talk about legacy, okay? Legacy. What will you be remembered for, and how will you be remembered? That is so important. Many of us are, you know, doing our thing. We're working our full-time job, or we're pursuing our business. Yes, okay, legacy. But we very rarely take the time to think about how do I want to be remembered? Okay, what do I want to be known for? And if at the end of the day, and like I said, this is all after the passing of Prince, I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, we're like, he was a musical genius. He was we have so much positive and good things to say about him. We were all touched by him. We may not have known him. I saw him. I was at Phillips Arena. I was way up there somewhere. And even then, even now, I'm like, I was touched by his music, by his movies, which we all know they weren't like Oscar nominating movies by no means, but we were touched by that. And we've seen his genius, we've seen his work ethic, we've seen the things that he did. And so he left that legacy, and his legacy will live on even after his last breath. And so we need to really ask ourselves, what is our legacy? What do we want to be remembered as? What do we want to leave this earth and people saying, okay, she helped me do this, or he helped me do that, or he was such a what? What do you want your legacy to be? Okay? And for many of us, we are, and I'm going to say that I was not a victim, but I was guilty of this. So I put everything, all of my hard work and everything else into a company that at the end of the day was never going to be mine. I was never going to have my name on the front of the building. I was never going to have my name anywhere in there, right? But that wouldn't have been my legacy had I, moved forward and wanted to continue in that space or continue with that company. My legacy may have been that I created this process that they're going to do for years and years and years. Or I established this system that they're going to use for years and years and years. But I would have to really think about what I wanted my legacy to be. And if that is going to different companies, working for different companies and doing that and helping them achieve their success, then that's your legacy. For me, my legacy is I want to touch as many people as I can and help as many people, women specifically, as I can to help them uncover their purpose. Not discover, find, because you already have your purpose. Help them uncover their purpose. And so for me, that is my legacy. That is what I want to leave this earth. And you're well on your way. Thank you, Melissa. And that's what I want to leave this earth doing. Touching as many women as I can and helping them uncover their purpose and helping them to live out their purpose today. Not tomorrow, not when they're 60, not then, today, right? So that is my legacy. But what is your legacy? Have you sat down and really said, okay, if I had to meet my maker tomorrow, which we're not saying that. If I had to meet my maker tomorrow, what do I want to be remembered as? I want to leave this earth with what? Having touched whom and having done what? And so I'm going to let you ponder on that a little bit, because a lot of us have not even realized, whoa, wait a minute. And I don't want you to think about the whole concept of death and getting old, and that's not the meaning for the scope. It's more so for you to think about how you want your name and how you want people to feel and think about you when you're not here. And are you on your way to doing that? So hello. So if if some of you may not have asked yourself that question, I feel this was revealed to me at the last interview. And hopefully you have an answer to that. Let me just move this out the way. Okay. So do you have an answer to that? Like, what is your legacy? Did you figure out what it is that you want to be known for? And if you did, are you on your way? Are you doing stuff that is aligned to that? Are you well on your way to building your legacy? And there's different aspects to your legacy, right? So there's the piece of your brand or what you're known as and things of that nature. And then there's also financial legacy, which a lot of us are trying to achieve as well. Because at the end of the day, like I said, when we go on to, go on to our Father, or go on to, wherever, whatever your belief is, do you have a financial legacy? Does everything end and die with you? And you have to ask yourself that. Like, did you leave anything? What are you leaving for the other people, for your family, for the rest of it? Like, are you building that legacy? You see so many people like the Hiltons and the Trumps and all of these people, and I'm just naming, a few people that came off the top of my head that have built that legacy. So their children's children can reap the rewards of the work that they did. And so what is our legacy? What are we doing? And that's my whole thing. Like, I don't have children. God did not purpose me to have kids. I say I'm the mother of many. So that's okay with me. But what am I going to leave for those that are still, are going to be left behind? My cousins and their children or whatever. What am I doing? Like, I'm not just working out here and grinding and sacrificing and doing all this stuff not to build a legacy, not to have my name live on, my works live on, and not to have some kind of future for them because of the sacrifices that I made. So I ask you today, what is your legacy? And have you thought about that? So I would love to hear from you. Like I said, this is coaching time, and sometimes I'm going to ask you some real questions to just kind of evoke that thought and help you think about this thing. Because some of us, like I said, are just kind of going through the motions, right? We know that we're supposed to do this. We're supposed to get up and go to work and get dressed. Some of us are just going through the motions of the day-to-day. But very rarely do we sit back and ask ourselves these thought-provoking questions that help us in mapping out our journey. So we're just kind of on autopilot, and we're like, okay, well, I'm just going to go with the flow, but never really asking ourselves, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And at the end, when I get to that destination, and if that, what do I want to be known for? And how do I want to leave this earth? And so, like I said, this is in light of the passing of Prince, which my heart just goes out for that. But it was just something that kind of triggered in me, and a question that came up because all you hear is like he left behind the music, his genius. I'm quite sure he's left behind written music because he writes music. He wrote music for a lot of people. He didn't also have to perform it. Many people will live on with the memory of his performance because he was an entertainer. He was a genius. So we will always remember that. And just like the other greats, Whitney Houston, we'll always remember that, what they did, because they left an imprint in our lives, in our hearts. And I ask you, in your business, in your career, what is your imprint? In the company that you're working for, or the companies that you're working for, or the business that you're building? What is your imprint? And have you thought about that, right? Have you thought about that? So I would love to hear from you. Like I said, this is not me. I don't want to just go on a rant. And I want to know if this is resonating with you. If it is, tap the screen. Give me those hearts. If it is resonating with you, if this is a question that you need to sit down and ponder in your journal, tap that screen too. And if this is something that somebody else needs to really think about, please invite them. The more I explore and branch out, the more clarity I receive. And that's what it's all a journey. So again, that's why I said these are thought-provoking questions, because I don't expect anybody to be like, not unless you've been thinking about it and in this space, to be like, oh yeah, I got it. That's not what these scopes are about. It's more so for you to go back and think about some things, or to revive some things, because some of us are on a path and we may be going slightly left when we need to go right. And so this is that time to course correct. But I want to make sure that I'm asking you the right questions to have you thinking about that, because I want you to go in the direction of success. I want you to be on purpose, and I want you to do whatever makes your heart sing. So hello sunshine, how are you? How are you? We're talking about legacy today. So we're building that legacy. What does it take to build that legacy? And it takes that vision. And it really takes you knowing and understanding yourself, okay? So some of us, like I said, we're on autopilot. We're on autopilot. That's why I like homework. Yes, and you do it well. So thank you, Melissa. Yes, because it helps you to get in tune to who you are and what you want. And it gets you in tune to what do you want? Okay, who are you here for? And when I ask that question, I mean by, I believe that we were all put on this earth with a purpose. I believe every one of us has a purpose in life. And our purpose and our assignments are for specific people. So once you figure out who are you supposed to touch, because there's billions of people in this world. I don't profess to be the person to touch all, whatever, 18 billion, however many billion people in this world. But I am put on this earth to touch maybe 1 million, maybe 2 million people. And I have specific people that God has assigned me to. And I want to touch them. And so that's what my hard work is for. So that I can help those, and I can, touch those and help them to achieve their desired level of success. But that is my assignment. And I had to sit down and be very honest with myself. Again, if you don't know my story, I went to school for accounting. I am a finance executive. So I'm over, I'm in this technical space and doing all of this. So by all intents and purposes, I could be content with staying in corporate America and just doing that and just rising the corporate ladder, just kind of climbing it up and just be content with that. But that's not the will. That's not what was in my spirit. That was not what was on my heart. And so it is a choice that you have to make, whether you want to walk in your purpose or whether you just, you want to chill. And that's your choice to make. But like I said, it does take some self-reflection. It does take you to sit down and think about, really, really, really think about what it is that you want to do. Who do you want to serve? And what do you want to be known for? What is your legacy? So it's sometimes, and you got to be honest with yourself. And sometimes you got to listen to the people that come to you, because sometimes we kind of dismiss them. Like if you have people coming to you that want advice on X and you're like, why do they come to me for that? Listen to who's coming to you. Listen to why they're coming to you. That is that's an indicator of your purpose. So listen to that. Listen to your heart and listen to, what that makes me feel. I'm energized. I love it. I want to play and I want to do that a little bit more. I wish I could do that all day long. Listen to your heart, and then you will uncover your purpose. But that all, like I said, that helps in knowing what your legacy is. Because like I said, mine is to help women discover their custom fit profession and help them to uncover their purpose. But it took me years to figure that out. And like I said, I want to touch those that I've been assigned to touch, and I want to help them to achieve their desired level of success. So in your journey, what is your legacy, and are you moving toward it? And what do you need to move towards that? Sometimes it's, clarity. I do clarity sessions for people, discovery sessions to help them get clear on where they need to go, because sometimes it just takes, it only takes a few minutes. I do 90-minute clarity sessions with people, or discovery sessions, to help them draw that out, to help them uncover and unlock these things. And I also have programs which we take a longer time to help and go through a journey. And the program that I'm going to launch in June is Boss Academy, where I take you through all of that and help you go through and uncover your purpose and unlock your passion. And then also take you through all of the things that you need to do and uncover and discover and learn as you transition from corporate America or your job to your purpose. And so that's, like I said, I have all of this stuff as I do my day job, which is in finance. So yes, I'm playing in doing journaling. I don't do journalism. I'm doing the spreadsheets over here and during the day, and then doing my coaching at night. Why? Because I have a dream. My legacy is to help those that need to be helped. So that's why I do what I do. And so at 6 o'clock, I come home and my other job begins. So what about you guys? Do you have a legacy? Tap the screen. Tap the screen. Is this resonating to you? Or has this evoked some kind of thought to where you're like, you know what? Let me think about this a little bit more. Let me actually sit in that space so that I can really get in tune with what my purpose is. Where do I want to take this? And if you are already, doing a business, or you're already operating a business, you got the gears turned. Good. If you're already operating a business, what is it that, what is the legacy there? What do you want to be known for? What do you want your business to be known for? Ask yourselves these questions. Don't be afraid to ask, because you need to know that, because that'll help you on those days when things get rough and you're like, why am I doing this? It'll help you when people are like, okay, you need to stop doing it. You got the naysayers, the people in your ear, you got the people challenging you, because they're not going to go away just because you're operating your business or you're working in your purpose. By no means are they going to go away. They usually come full force because they know, the enemy knows that you are walking out on purpose, and he doesn't want that to happen. So this will help you in getting grounded in that. And so you know why you're doing something. You know, at the end of the day, this is what I want to be known for. And so that's why you have to be grounded in this legacy. And what do you want your children to know? And some of you have grandchildren. What do you want your grandchildren, grandma did this. So what do you want to be known for? What do you want to leave behind for your generations to come? And so you need to ask yourself that. Like, we shouldn't have the 1% or whoever, however many percentage, I think it's like 1% of the world are rich, like in that rich status. They can't be the only ones leaving a legacy. We got to think about our own legacy. We got to start doing a darn thing and stop just living, just kind of thinking about now and grinding and working hard. And then 3%. Okay, thank you. Woo! 3%. Okay, 3%. That means 97% of us are not, still have a means to build a legacy and do a darn thing and make it count. And I'm not saying that means that you need to be a billionaire status. By no means does legacy mean that you need to have all of this money. That is not it. You got to determine what the legacy is for you. Okay? Some people, like Mother Teresa, I want to touch X amount of people. I want to have my legacy be this. You got to determine what that is for you. Just like you have to define success. Yes, make an impact. But then you got to go a little deeper, right? You got to say make an impact to whom? What type of impact? I can smile and make an impact. Because if I smiled and you smiled, I made an impact. And I do that, and that's great. But I want to go deeper. So it's like, what impact do I want to make? Because I gotta know what it is that, what is the result that I want somebody to have after meeting with me. One of them, yes, is that they smile and they're happy. But yeah, if they left me happy, is that the result? Is that my objective? No. I want you to be happy, but the biggest thing I want you to be is clear about your purpose. Clear about where you want to go. Clear on your action plan, so that you have a direction to get you to that sweet spot, to get you to your purpose project, to get you to that career that is aligned to your passion and purpose. So that is my intent. That's my legacy. That is what I want people to know me for. They can know the smile. That's an impact, but I want something greater. So I ask you, as I'm talking, and now that you've got the question that has been raised, what do you want? What is your legacy? And what do you want to be known for? And are you moving in that direction? Are you doing the things to get you there? And if not, okay, well, we'll start today. And what is it that's holding you back from doing that? Because if that's your legacy, and if that is what you're supposed to do, and if that is your assignment, what's holding you back? So I know I asked a lot of questions. Y'all can write this down because some of them are thought-provoking. Some of them you probably can't just answer right now. And by all means, take some time to think about it. But I would love to hear from you to find out what you uncovered. And if you need if you need a discovery session, if you need a clarity session, please, we can get that going. So I want to make sure that you get what you need and that your questions are answered, because this is our time. This is the Parallelpreneur Power Hour. Like I said, these are Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. We're a little late today. Contact info, I'm going to give that to you. So I am Lashana Williams, so that you can find me on Facebook, Lashana N. Williams. Also on Instagram and Twitter, so you can find me there on lashanacoaches. And then my email address, yes. And then I also have the Facebook group, Women's Journey to Success. Thank you for scribing that, Melissa. And also, if you want to email me, yes. The website is lashanacoaches.com, and the email address is support@lashanacoaches.com. So you can find me multiple ways, contact me, and I want to make sure that you are getting what you need, your questions are answered, and that you are clear on where you want to go and how to get there. So I am big on action planning, the transition plan, and also in helping you to achieve your desired level of success. And I'm big on accountability. So if you're ready, let's make this happen, okay? So making sure, yes, thank you, Toya, thank you so much. So yes, so those questions that I asked, if you want to, accountability is huge for me. I feel like that is the only way that you are going to, be successful without burning yourself out. And sometimes we get into this space where we're doing it all by ourselves, and we're trying to figure it out, and we're also trying to motivate ourselves and keep ourselves uplifted, and we're doing too much, right? And an accountability partner or accountability group will help support you and provide you with some of those resources that you need, and also keep you on point. So I'm huge, big fan of accountability groups. So that's how you can get in touch with me, and I would love to hear your questions, hear your thoughts, and work with you in any way that you see fit. If you need any guidance or coaching after this, please let me know. And like I said, we'll have these one-to-many coaching sessions Mondays and Thursdays. Next week, I will be in LA. So Monday, I will be doing the scope, and then next Thursday, I will be in LA. So if I can get the time difference right, I may be on, but it may not be at 7 o'clock. It may be at another time, so I'll let you know. But just please look out for Parallelpreneur Power Hour, and hopefully you guys are following me and you're telling your friends, okay, follow. Yes. I know there's a 3-hour difference, but sometimes you get there and you're like, what time is it? Is it? And so, and I'll be working my day job there. So sometimes it's there's always the replay. There is. But I like to catch your, the questions real time. So I'll make it work and figure it out so that you can get that. I like the interaction. I'm a facilitator by nature. I've learned that about myself. 4 p.m. you'll be on time. Thank you. I did put it down. I did schedule it. So just making sure. But like I said, I'm actually there for the day job. So I'm not sure if I have any meetings or anything to do there, but I will definitely get on at 4 p.m. and so this scope can happen. So I'm hoping that this was beneficial to you. And like I said, these will happen Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. and I'll add another session if need be or if you requested it. Oh, thank you. And I really want to hear your answers to the questions that I asked. So this is not just a scope one and done. So please reach out to me. You can inbox me. You can email me. I want to hear your answers, and I want to help you to kind of craft what your legacy is. Want to help you like on your journey to success. That I'm all about that. So if you have any questions, let me know. Post them, and I will answer them. Even if it's off topic, this is your hour. And if not, then I'll let you. What time is it actually? Let me see. Oh, it's 8:09. So yeah, y'all still have time to watch Scandal and all of that good stuff. But but I want you to learn and get what you need. I may answer by way of blog. Yes. And blogging is good too. I write all the time. I love writing, and so you're getting your thoughts out and and helping somebody else. So yes. Write this out and ask that question. What is your legacy? Like I said, I don't think many people really, really sit down and think about that. And most of us leave debt. You see those GoFundMe accounts about, hey, I need to, raise money for such and such. And I'm not making fun of that because, it's needed. But what I'm saying is sometimes we leave debt. We don't leave a legacy, we leave debt. And then we leave misfortune and we leave tears. And yes, there's going to be tears. You're going to be missed. But I want there to be more. I want people to know who I am and what I stood for. I want my values and the people that I touch and the lives that I touch to live on longer than me. So if there are no further questions, tap that screen. If there's no further questions or anything that I can help you with, or you don't have any questions for me right now as part of the scope, then I will give you 30 minutes back of your time so that you can go ahead and do. I know people have things that they need to do outside of, you just came home from work or what have you. So I get it. But if you do have any questions that come to mind, please feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, that is support@lashanacoaches.com. So you can email me there, or you can follow me on Facebook and inbox me. You join, yes, there's legacy homework. So you had those 3 questions, right? Or you can join the Women's Journey to Success. The Facebook group is Women's Journey to Success. So can somebody scribe that again? And then we can go from there. So like I said, my heart is a little heavy right now with the whole announcement about Prince's passing, but it also gives me life and hope because I'm like, he is leaving a legacy. He's done what he came to do. So I love it, and I will listen to some Prince when doves cry and all of that. And so hopefully you will think about your own legacy and you will make it happen as well. So I will say good night. This is Lashana Williams, the Success Navigator. Okay, yes, we need to have a party. So the Success Navigator, career coach. I am an author. The Stranger Within, One Woman's Journey to Self-Love is my published book. It's my memoir of how I came from darkness of depression, of not loving myself, low self-esteem, almost on the verge of wanting to just end it and committing suicide, to going through a journey to where now I'm loving myself unconditionally, where I know my self-worth, where I value my self-image and my self-confidence. So it is the Stranger Within, One Woman's Journey to Self-Love. And you can buy that. You can also purchase that on my website, lashanacoaches.com. And it's also out there on Amazon, and it's out there in Kindle. So good night, and I'll leave you with this. What is your legacy? Are you on the path to creating that legacy? And what is holding you back if you're not? So answer those 3 questions. Love to hear from you. Good night.